Hello, OJCS, and welcome to Storytime. Today we're going to be learning about migration. So, migration is when animals move from one place to another, usually to find food or to get to a warmer place for the cold winter. So, let's start with this first book called Migration, and it's by Melvin and Gilda Berger. Many animals migrate to warmer places in the fall. Fun fact, another word for migrate is move. Reindeer migrate. They migrate to find food. Some birds migrate. And I'm sure you've seen them in the sky. They migrate to find new homes. And here's another fun fact. Migrating birds often fly along rivers, mountains, or coasts. Some whales migrate. They migrate to have babies. Fun fact, in fall, many whales travel to warmer waters. Some fish migrate. Fun fact, some fish migrate across the ocean, so they travel very far. They migrate to lay eggs. There's all the little fish eggs. Some insects migrate. Sure you've seen those. They migrate in large groups. Fun fact, monarch butterflies migrate to the same place every year. Some seals migrate. Fun fact, seals never go ashore while migrating, so they never take a break. They swim the whole time. They migrate thousands of miles. Isn't it cute? See you in the spring. Okay. The second book about migration we're going to read is called Home at Last, A Song of Migration. This book is by Pulley, Sayre, illustrations by Alix, Berenzy. In the dark of night, a warbler finds her way by stars. Her wings flap 1,000 miles. Will she reach her summer home? No one knows, but like the others, she's heading for home at last. Out at sea, grown-up salmon remember a smell. It's the smell of the stream where they were born. They'll swim 2,000 miles, hop up waterfalls, just to be home at last. Flippers push, gently paddle. A sea turtle swims. No one knows how she finds her way, but she swims across the ocean to a beach where she was born. She lays her eggs there. Home at last. Tiny wings carry a monarch hundreds of miles, one flutter and flap at a time. She flies to a mountain she's never seen, yet somehow she knows she's home at last. Isn't that beautiful? Imagine seeing that in real life. On his first journey, a young gray whale swims with his mother from warm tropical waters to cold Arctic seas. Once there, he and his family will feast on plankton aplenty. Fat and full, they'll be home at last. A caribou herd, like a river of antlers, walks and eats and walks. They head from the forest to their summer home, the coastal plain. When they reach it, they will be home at last. In fall, lobsters walk single file from deep water to their winter home, the reef. March, 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 tentacle to tail. They march until they are, look at that, they walk in a line, like a big long lineup. They walk until they're home at last. Doesn't that look like a beautiful home? An Arctic tern hovers and dives for fish. He has 2 homes, one at each end of the earth. He'll need lots of food to fuel his 12,000-mile trip, but it's worth it to be home at last. In spring, a wood frog hops over rocks, through fields, across roads, by a house. He smells the moist air, the leaves, the pond, and then he knows he's home at last. In that same pond, the frog joins a chorus. They fill the forest with sound. Just then a tired bird lands on a branch high above. There's that little warbler from the start of the story. The warbler has reached her home at last. Okie dokie. Now, our last story is about birds flying south for the winter. This one is called South, and it's by Patrick McDonnell. And I love all the Patrick McDonnell books. Patrick McDonnell is an animal lover just like me, and a lot of his books are about animals. So this book is called South, and what's interesting about this book is that it doesn't have words. Let's start. I hope you enjoyed these migration stories. As you can see from what we've read, animals migrate for lots of different reasons. And I've included some instructions to an activity where you guys can pretend to be migrating birds. So I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will see you soon.